What's going on, guys? It's Mike back with another video, and in this video we are bringing back how to grow a small account. Yes, we are back in the season. We are putting out a new episode. I know I did another episode on this and some of my past videos. Definitely check that out. What I was doing with small accounts in the past, I would just deposit $100 and then try and use a big lot, try and get a big lot in a certain part of the market and try to make the most out of it. But I noticed that it would hurt my margin level percentage. I wouldn't be able to stay in the trade long, and it wouldn't allow my analysis to actually play out like I wanted to. Okay, so I'm going to talk about all of this in this video. So before I get into the good stuff, you guys already know what to do. Make sure you please comment, like, and subscribe. Turn that notification bell to become a part of my notification again to know when I post new videos. And check out the links in my description, man. They are affiliate links, so if you do use them, they will help my channel, but you don't have to if you do not want to. I just feel like a lot of that information has helped me in my trading career, and I know it will help you as well too. So definitely check those out. But other than that, guys, let's get right into the video. All right, guys, so right off the bat, we are trading GBP USD, okay? GBP USD has given us a great sell coming, to the start of this month. We did have that monthly candle just open over here. You can kind of see it over in this area. It kind of looks weird right here on the screen, but you can kind of see it. If I clear out the drawings, you can see exactly what happened. And it did end up open bearish, like right on the open, and we got to catch all of that, man. We got to catch all of that. Going down to the weekly chart, right off the bat, I did recognize that price was in a downtrend. And there was some other another tool that I used to basically understand that this downtrend was valid, okay? And I'm not going to go over that for the sake of this video, but definitely check that video out because I just posted that video for you guys, and it goes over how you can basically understand where price is overall, like where the momentum of price is if you're having trouble like trying to gauge the momentum. And like what the overall trend is based on the higher time frames, like the monthly, if you're having a hard time seeing all that and trying to get it all in one time frame, like basically narrow all of them down, check out that video because I go over everything. Okay, other than that, so weekly, I did recognize it was a downtrend. Lower lows and lower highs was being forming right here, quick, don't need to be on it long. So daily most likely was doing the same exact thing. Yep. So if you go down here, I gauged it right here, and I went down to this area right here. So this is exactly how the trade played out. Very useful trade. Very nice trade to be in, honestly. And it was so smooth. Structure was so smooth. I ended up taking my Fibonacci and drawing it from the last lower high to the next lower low. Right there. Very simplex. Not hard at all. And then I ended up taking a nice little rectangular box right here, and I gauged it on that level. Okay, very simplex. And during the time, I'm gonna go ahead and replay it right here. During the time, price did come up to this area, but I felt as if price wasn't going to break this area, especially because how the last daily candle closed on May 27th, and it was so heavily exhausted right there. I felt like the sellers were going to come back into the market, and we could possibly be able to take price to the downside. Okay, now I didn't really want to hold for the whole entire move. I was basically trailing my stops, which is what I'm going to go over with you guys in a few minutes here. But really, from these trades, I was about just risking $5 to $10, really. Okay, $5 to $10, which was very good. Okay, and I had a low account too. I was around like $20 $30 when I was in these trades. Basically, that's where I was ranging. So to be able to make $200 out of that really says a lot. Now I know, looking on social media and stuff, I saw this trader and he did post a quote, the entry must introduce the trader. Okay, so it's going to determine everything. How you enter into the market and how you exit out of it is going to determine who you are. That's how it is, because holding for as long as I did is not an easy thing to do. A lot of people may have pulled out at 20 pips, 10 pips, 30 pips, but with a small account, me and you both know that's not that much money. Okay, so I'm looking for a quality setup with this. So right off the bat, I noticed that price was wicking up here based off the 4-hour, and I noticed that not only did this candle close outside of the zone right here, but this candle right here actually closed back inside the zone. So then I'm thinking right off the bat, okay, this zone isn't broken. It's not broken. It's not breaking. And if she makes a lower high compared to the previous higher high on the 4-hour chart, then I'm gonna go to the lower time frames and see if I can find an opportunity, which is exactly what happened. So if we zoom in right on this area, you can kind of see the sequence right here. If I get out the path right here, you can see it was higher high, higher low. This was a lower high compared to that point. This is higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high compared to this previous one. And then it came down, and then it still retested this same area. And that was when I decided to take price to the downside. So this was very, very important. Even if I hit this off, you can kind of see the sequence that went on in this particular occasion. So, all right, guys, so these are where my trades were. You can see that price did end up retesting back in this area. And after she got this retest right here, this is actually where I had a sell limit. I had a sell limit for this trade, and I also had a sell limit for this trade as well too. So this trade was basically back here when I entered, and it was a nice opportunity. If we go to the lower time frames, you can basically see what went on. I actually had a sell limit right around this area right here, because that's when they ended up activating right around this area. And I saw price, coming down, and not only was it breaking structure on the lower time frames, but it was also like converting into the bigger time frame. So it was just amazing, in my opinion. And even if we brought out the line chart, you can kind of see how price kind of transitioned right here. You can see the line right here. It broke support, and then after it broke support, it ended up turning it into the new resistance. Okay, so this was an excellent opportunity in my opinion that I took. A very, very, very smooth trade. It's just amazing when it actually plays out how you want it, because after it played out, this one went heavily into profit down here. And I know some of you guys probably would have taken profit right there, because right there to this area, if I would have measured it right here from this area all the way down here, that was about 85 pips. Okay, and some of you guys may have been okay with just 20 pips. Okay, but this is what I'm talking about. So I was looking for a quality trade to where I wouldn't have to come back tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and then next week trying to figure out how many trades that I can get in to make the most money and to get my quick 20 pips. It's just too much trading in my opinion. Trading that way, and especially with a smaller account, like, you're not seeing the kind of profits you want. So I'm trying to look for quality trades over quantity. Okay, so it's the biggest thing based off the 4-hour. Now, since she just made that new lower low from the top all the way to the bottom, so this was absolutely amazing on how it played out. My rule is if it stays below 23.6, more than likely price is going to keep continuing in that direction. But if she breaks 23.6, I don't normally like to hold around the area. If she breaks 23.6 or 38.2 based off the 4-hour chart, then I won't keep the trade in, which is what happened. I had my trailing stops in right here at 23.6 because I was going to sleep. So you have to be responsible when you're managing your trades. That is entirely important. And she ended up hitting our stop loss, and that is how we got our profit from this example. So when you're trading these small accounts, man, definitely take this into consideration. Like, look at the overall big picture. Like, imagine if I didn't use the 4-hour chart or the higher time frame. I didn't base my targets off of that. Like, I wouldn't even be able to risk $5 to $10 and make $200+. Like, that's the biggest thing. That third entry that I got in was because I was so much in equity from the first 2 entries that I had, that I was willing to take the risk, because I only got $20-$30 in my account. Like, I might as well, you know what I'm saying? So in doing so, it worked out in my favor. Now what I'm gonna do for this month, and I'm gonna stay on myself to only risk a small amount and look for the highest quality setup. So I'm gonna update you guys soon on this account. Stay in touch with my community. Like this video if you received any sort of value from it. Subscribe and turn on that bell to know when I post the next update, because it's going to come. It's going to come, and I'm gonna tell you guys if I blew the account, or if if it's still going strong, okay? But other than that, guys, that is it for this video. If you want to show any more support towards my channel, hit that super thanks button. And like always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.